Today on the morning show, a bevy of bad guys.
Won't you pull that arrow out, dummy?
From being the evil brother on Walking Dead to a space scavenger in Guardians of the Galaxy, Michael Rooker. Ray Wise brings his special twist to the table. He'll tell us what it's like to play everything from Laura Palmer's demented dad to the devil. And
you ate a guy.
Oh, what do you want from me, Zach? I'm a zombie.
what do love and a zombie apocalypse have in common? Life After Beth and Parks and Rec star Aubrey Plaza weighs in. Welcome to the morning show. Canada's conversation starts now. Good Friday morning and welcome back. Jill Pollock and Shenae Grimes Beach. And Jill, you just paid this man a very nice compliment.
But I meant it. I did.
Because she wants to be invited back, so it's all live. It's all
We're
live.
in. It's
You
Friday.
just finished a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then Jill said,
What, gorgeous men of Toronto?
very nice. Very
It's
nice.
true. That's what I was thinking.
Except it was a 4:30 call at the top of the tallest building in Toronto, and it was like puffy eyes. There's no way. I'm going to make that list,
Beauty
honey.
is pain, honey. Beauty
Yeah.
is pain.
Beauty is-
I now know what you
Beauty
go
as
through
well.
every day.
Yes,
Beauty
that's
as
true.
well,
That's
Leslie.
right. Oh, yeah,
Lots-
that.
Lots to talk about the buzz because two of our favorite women that we talked about yesterday are back. You know the ones. They were charged after being accused of unruly, drunken behavior on that Sunwing flight to Cuba. The flight was forced back to Toronto and was given a fighter jet escort home. Did the flight really need a fighter jet escort for what appears to be two drunk women causing mischief? And may I add, they couldn't appear in court in the morning because they weren't sober enough. So they had to wait until the afternoon.
How did they find out about us? Right? How are we out here? Do they know? Do they know?
You know what, though? According to NORAD, who scrambled the fighter jets to escort this plane back to Toronto, according to NORAD, they said that the pilot went by the book. He did the right thing by calling in the fighter jets. And you think, well, wait a minute, two 25-year-old women, possibly drunk on the plane, why would you need that kind of an escort? But they said, you know what, they did the right thing.
And they were
Honestly,
on their way to Cuba
I
to
think
party.
in this day and age, you can't be too careful with all the weird planes disappearing and all of that crazy stuff. I think
totally agree.
Stay on top of it.
I agree. And does the pilot want to be like the dead guy who didn't make the call? I mean, I'd bubble wrap my kid if I could.
Seriously.
Well, and it's interesting because everyone's sort of critical, saying, "Oh, come on, they were just, having a smoke in the bathroom," which of course is a crime.
Yeah.
That being said, apparently security officials say sometimes it's used as a diversion.
Well, exactly.
I mean, if you
This is
think
true.
back to the horrific days of 9/11, I mean, that kind of stuff. So they can't take any
I mean,
chances.
just watch Homeland, man. That pilot is probably like, I am not taking, scramble the jet.
Do it.
Yeah.
Get to it right
Yeah, and if Claire
away.
Danes is on your plane, get off. Get off that
Funny, I'm
flight.
mounting or something.
It's a bad
is
sign.
Crazy. Okay, well, how about this? Have you ever been driven by a school bus that had its lights flashing? Have you guys ever done that?
No.
Please tell me no. Thank you.
not.
It's illegal
Right.
and far too common. And school boards in Nova Scotia, they've had enough. The majority of school buses in that province will now be equipped with cameras to catch drivers who ignore the signals. The footage will be given to police. And now the question is, are cameras a good idea, or should police be stepping up patrols in school bus zones?
So it's a dash cam. It's going to record the drivers outside if they go through past the lights.
Right, good.
It is a good thing, but hear this. It's going to cost about $3,000 for each and every camera to be installed
Money well
on
spent.
all those buses.
I mean,
I think so.
Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
no. I think it is money well spent. You're exactly right. Because, police can definitely step up patrol and whatever, but they're not going to be there every time, and this is something
I
that-
agree. We're talking about, is it too much money to scramble the fighter jets? Is
Right.
it too much money to put cameras on the buses? And the fact is, you can't replace a life. A life is irreplaceable. And yes, taxes are high and this and that, but like a school bus,
Children's safety.
that
Is it odd that they don't have seatbelts on school buses? Is it just me?
wonder that myself.
Always been that way. But all I know is, anybody who drives by a flashing school bus, I think has to be insane. I remember, I walk everywhere now and take the public transit, but I remember driving and that stop sign would come out and I'd just
yeah.
freeze
100%.
and just wait for all those lovely little kids to get on or off the bus. I wouldn't move. I wouldn't even advance forward. I'd wait till it was completely clear. I mean, who wants to
You'd
be
be
the
a little
one?
annoyed, let's be honest.
Okay,
I'm like
I
that.
have to admit,
I understand
a little bit,
children, but
little
I
bit.
am late and I am late.
And just keep doing that. Keep singing until that sign goes away,
yeah, exactly.
and then drive on.
Yeah,
But we
of course.
agree it's money well spent for
Yeah,
prevention.
absolutely.
All right. Remember that elevator fight between Jay-Z and Solange a few months ago? Yeah, we're on first name basis now. Well, apparently, according to Beyonce and Solange's father, he's pretty sure that whole fight was staged as part of a publicity stunt. Now, this is the former Destiny's Child manager, who is also, of course, the dad. So do you believe him, or is he just making this up to cover up what is obviously a marriage in trouble?
I think he's just doing it for a publicity stunt for himself. You know what I mean? To kind of get involved in the controversy. Parents shouldn't do that. You should just kind of have your kid's best interest at heart and leave it alone.
He's pulling a Michael Lowen. Is that what he's doing here?
Just maybe.
Maybe.
It's shocking the vortex that, like, of all the, things that get pulled in. I mean, I don't understand why that is a problem anyway. Like, why is he now weighing in on that? Yeah. And also, isn't he the guy who had some children out of wedlock? So is he like the best source of information?
Maybe that's what he's trying to do, divert the attention from all of that.
Baby daddy
back to the elevator incident.
But that being said, there is this theory out there that because they're on a tour right now, a world tour, that people are saying that maybe, and the tickets weren't going as fast as they thought. I mean, in major cities they were, but some they weren't. That this could be their last tour together. Jay-Z and Beyonce. No, that it was all publicity.
I'm with Shenae.
I'm with Shenae. I'm like, you're the
no
parent.
press is bad
Leave
press.
it alone.
Yeah.
You're the parent, just like that's their business.
Yeah, your parents are like, and then what
I know.
Shenae did,
I would
you
be
like,
mortified.
Are you kidding me?
I would be mortified.
Quiet. Right?
What do you bet?
What Shenae really meant was like, hello.
No.
Chances are he's going to get his own reality show, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe that's
not.
what
I
he's
raised
fishing
two
for.
beauties,
Maybe that's what he's fishing for.
and then I messed up their lives.
All right, coming up on the morning show, Guardians of the Galaxy, Michael Rooker tells us what it's like to become part of the Marvel Universe.
And a little later on the morning show, he's known for his wicked smile, but it's his staying power that has him cast in everything from, yes, The Young and the Restless, to Twin Peaks. A lot more still ahead. Don't go away.
Nice entrance.
Welcome back to the morning show. The summer blockbuster Guardians of the Galaxy has been the #1 film in the country for the past 4 weeks. That is incredible. Michael Rooker plays Yondu, a space pirate. If you don't recognize him under the blue paint, well, you certainly know him as Merle from The Walking Dead. He also garnered critical success in his role in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Mr. Michael Rooker is in the house. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show.
Oh, thank you. Good to be here.
Now, Michael, we saw you come in there, the little entrance causing a little trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Causing a little trouble stepping on the cord there.
I didn't step on that cord.
Are you a prankster?
Was that a cord?
That's what, and the thing is, you play a troublemaker in a lot of your different roles. Now,
He's obviously an angel.
Yeah, you're right. Is that the opposite? You really are.
Choir boy over
I find the niche and I just dig and dig and dig. It's been good. It's paid the mortgage.
Oh, it's been real. Well, speaking of paying the mortgage, holy moly, Guardians of the Galaxy is a massive success.
I mean, look at that face.
The blue
The
face.
blue.
Causing trouble once again.
Brings out the red in my eyes.
That's why the glasses, I'm guessing. Let me ask you, do you know when you're going into a film like that it's going to be this blockbuster that it has?
You know what? You got to know something because it's Marvel. They've had a number of successes, and Guardians ended up being not just another one, but quite amazing.
How did you get that role?
My buddy James Gunn wrote it for me, so I was very fortunate that occurred, and actually fortunate that I was killed off on The Walking Dead. Perfect timing.
Oh yeah, and we talked about spoiler alert, like how soon after a show airs can you talk about things that happened on the show? Because there are a lot of people, and then so I say, but what, like a week after, and then you can say what's happened on the show. What do you say?
Well, not for me because many people in Japan and in Germany and places like that all around the world, they don't get The Walking Dead right as we get it. So it's like a week, 2 weeks maybe. It rolls around the earth. And you can see it on Twitter and your Facebook. It's like, oh, it's in Japan now. It's in Germany now. And then you can start, because those fans start talking and tweeting about it.
Are their fans different over there than they are here?
Everyone is the same. It's just you just press translate on your Twitter thing, and it gives
They're consumed by that.
tells you what they're saying.
Yeah, it's another. This is another show that has just garnered so much interest, and the fan base is tremendous. And even though, as you mentioned, I didn't, spoil this up. I mean, you mentioned that your character's gone.
Oh,
but
gone.
Still,
I
yeah.
died 2 times in one episode.
That's true.
They did
is
not
true.
want me coming back.
But you were so nice.
Dude, I took that as a hint. Okay? It's okay.
You didn't have insomnia and then walk back
No, no,
in.
no.
I have good
Double-
feelings. Thank you for
No.
killing me 2 times. I'm surprised they
How did you
didn't burn
find
me.
out about that? I'm always curious when you're killed off a show. How far in advance are you at the read through and going, oh, okay, thanks guys, or how does that work?
It's different. I had about 2 weeks, and then they flip-flopped an episode, so it ended up being 3 weeks before, before we did the show, and which was nice. It gave me and the writers time to really, really think about and rewrite and tweak, and it came out awesome.
Mourn the loss.
More in the loss of Merle.
Were you always like a naughty kid, or
What do you mean naughty?
No, were you always a little bit of a
Troublemaker?
yeah,
do
a
you
little
like
bit of a
do you like
stunt
troublemakers?
pusher?
Are you like one of these girls that like troublemakers?
See, this is what I love. He can be the bad guy, but
Turns
the
it
charm
around.
is
Look at
always
that.
there.
What kind of interview is this?
Very
Oh,
good.
okay.
Delightful.
I'm just
He's putting it right back on you, Jim.
Just a question.
back
I'm
on.
asking.
Do I? Well, I've had my times where I've enjoyed the troublemaking.
Is that
for-
so?
Yeah.
Is that,
yeah.
okay. I always find that
Do
interesting
you want
because
to switch spots with me?
No.
you know what?
Married woman.
I asked because I have 5 sisters, and I grew up protecting my sisters, and so I'm always intrigued by their boyfriends, and I'm like always saying, like, why are you going after this cat? I mean, this is the bad guy.
Don't you wish you were Merle with all your sister's boyfriends back in the day?
My
Do you
what?
know who I am?
How do you think I got my preparation for
There
being
you go. There you go.
So how would you encapsulate your career so far? You've done so much, been in so many different projects.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. How do you do that? I don't know. I don't. I just, it's still going, and so I'm free flow. I just
that.
go with it,
There is
like The Walking Dead, and going from The Walking Dead, right from The Walking Dead to Guardians of the Galaxy. I knew Gunn was writing the story for me, the role for me.
Yeah.
But once we found out it didn't correlate with the hiatus and all that, we were like really sort of depressed, and because we knew there's no way they're going to let me out. And then, of course,
You found a way.
Everything.
You found a way.
It wasn't me. It wasn't my idea. It was AMC's idea to kill Burl off, and so be it. It turned out to be good.
The good news for all the fans, of course, get to see you this weekend
Oh, that's
at
right.
the Fan Expo. You're here for that, which is massive. And there's no better fan base than those people who come there at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. So if you're in the Toronto area, come down and see.
Yeah,
Appreciate your
I'm
time.
there all weekend until Sunday, and we're going to have a great time, and sign autographs and go buy stuff.
There you go.
And go to the Artist Alley. The Artist Alley is like my favorite place. All these great, unbelievable artists are there, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful.
Michael
Self-included.
Rooker, thank you so much for dropping by, and you can stay out of a little bit of trouble, get into a little trouble, just a little bit, just a little bit.
It's a
just
big
little
city,
bit.
Toronto.
Your husband has his work cut out. I could tell right away. I could tell. And you, what are you
that
laughing about?
My husband's back.
We'll take a
I
break.
know.
Coming up on
at
the
that.
morning show, Ray Wise tells us how he took the comic turn from How I Met Your Mother to the drama of The Young and the Restless.
You're so much fun. Appreciate it.
Welcome back. Ray Wise has been in everything from Dallas to 24 to How I Met Your Mother, but his most iconic role was that of Leland Palmer from the groundbreaking series Twin Peaks.
Honey, take it easy, please.
I'm looking for Leland Palmer.
Yeah, he's right over there on the phone.
Sheriff Truman.
Oh my God.
Leland, is this about Laura? I'm afraid it is.
Leland, we're ready to go with the contracts. Leland, what's wrong?
My daughter's dead.
And actor Ray Wise joins us now. We're all watching that scene, just riveted. Welcome.
And it's just as good as when that show was canceled 23 years ago. I mean, it's one of those shows that people love to, like the new ones, binge watch today. It's a whole new generation of people discovering it.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
You know, all the new generations. My kids have watched it, and now they'll probably show their kids. And
Did you know it was going to be this event when you were doing it?
well, we knew it was special while we were making it, but we had no idea it would have the impact that it had.
How was it like working with Lynch?
Great. Great and different and wonderful and strange and all those things.
Now, back in, what was it, 1978, you moved to Los Angeles, and you thought, yeah, you know, I want to be, you know, a leading actor, obviously, but then you got into these character roles.
Yeah.
Your face is just unforgettable.
I got into that groove, you know, where I wanted to work and I had to make a living, so I started taking parts that they offered me. And this is what you do in Hollywood sometimes, and so I started taking these roles, and I kind of jived with them, you know, and I can play those evil guys with a smile on their face, and somehow you trust them, and that gets you in all kinds of trouble usually.
I bet.
And you also did, I'm sorry, you also did Mad Men. What was that like?
Well, that was, in fact, I was one of the few people that actually lived through the 60s on that show.
So we were like, hey, they have my desk. That was my mug.
Yeah. I have jackets like this in my closet, you know. And yeah, it was great fun. It's like walking back in time.
Yeah, it really is.
Speaking of which, you're now back on daytime. And that's very different than primetime, nighttime, in terms of the filming schedule. For example, we're friends with Kate Linder, who plays Esther, of course, for 30-plus years now on that show. And I've been on the set a number of times. That is a grind, that show.
Yeah.
As daytime is.
It can be, yeah.
But you say it with a smile, though.
Oh, because, you know, I learned a long time ago how to do that stuff. You know, I started doing a soap in New York in 1970.
Which one?
Called Love of Life.
Love of Life,
on CBS,
yes.
one of the old CBS soaps.
Yes.
And I played this character named Jamie Rollins, and I started out as a hippie college radical, and when I left the show, I was in the district attorney's office, one of their best lawyers. And so, yeah, big transition.
How many times you were married on that show?
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. I had illegitimate children, and my best friend died of a rare blood disease. A whole, you know, all that stuff.
Drama.
And I did like 950 half-hour shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it good to be bad?
Nah.
On TV, on the screen.
Yeah. You know why? Because they give you all the best lines to say, you know. Great writing for these characters, the bad characters. To play, you know, one of the stiff, good-looking guys on a soap, not my idea of
It's
fun.
safe,
No.
right? I feel like those roles, they don't want to, you know, disturb the audience too much.
Exactly,
and that's
yeah.
Where you come
And I
in.
don't have to take off my shirt. Everybody else
but we
does.
wouldn't
Eat as
mind.
many cheeseburgers. as you
Well, I
like.
would, if coaxed, I would do it. But I don't have to.
You're here, of course, for Fan Expo, which is happening in Toronto. Those people are crazy.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
In a good way.
Wonderful, crazy. Yeah, they're just so enthusiastic. You know, they're the definition of fanatical.
And what do they ask you most often?
Well, let's see. Leland, they have a million questions for Leland Palmer.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know, and they just, the thing that really surprises them is that I'm as nice to them as I am, I suppose. I think they expect me to be a little bit like some of the characters that I play, and I'm just not like that at all.
Well, we think it was so nice for you to stop by. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
it's
giving
wonderful
us
to
a
be
little
here
bit
with
of your
all of you. What a
time.
great-looking bunch.
Oh, thank you so much, Ray Wise.
If you're in town, go to Fan Expo this weekend, or of course on the Y&R every afternoon here on Global.
That's right.
I'll be there.
Thank you, sir. Coming up on the morning show, ever hear of a Zom rom-com? Liam sits down with Life After Beth star Aubrey Plaza to talk about love in the time of zombies. Yeah. All right, Liam's here to tell me what a Zom rom-com is.
Yeah, well, it's a new movie starring Aubrey Plaza. You might recognize her from Parks and Rec. And now, Shenae, I know that you're friends with her, but you know what? I think I'm in the friend zone now. I think I might be even closer. Take a look.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
She's resurrected.
Resurrection.
She's resurrected.
Okay, and that's better. Why? Why is that better? It's from the Old Testament.
Why is all my stuff in boxes now?
There's an elephant in the room, and I
Oh,
want to get
God.
it out of the way.
Where is it?
We were in a movie together in 2009.
No, we weren't.
Does that ring a bell?
Oh my God. Yes, I totally remember that.
Scott Pilgrim. I was one of the extras. I was really unemployed at that time, so I answered a
That's
Craigslist.
awesome. I love that picture.
I
Can have
know,
that?
it's crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, totally. Do it. You ate a guy.
Oh, what do you want from me, Zach? I'm a zombie. Zombies eat guys.
What is it like playing a zombie?
Playing a zombie is totally fun. You get to just be a psychopath and try to eat people. So it was really, it was like therapy for me.
What's going on?
I wrote this for you.
This sucks.
Well, if you could just listen to your heart.
Zach, what's happening to me?
One of the scenes that stuck out to me that I thought was so realistic was the moment when Zach, Dane DeHaan's character, was playing a guitar to you and it was getting so awkward. Has anything like that ever happened to you in real life?
Actually, yes. But when I was 13, my very first boyfriend ever, the way he asked me out was he played a song in front of a bunch of people at like an Irish pub and asked me out.
Wow. Cute. And it turned out well. You didn't destroy any lifeguard.
I didn't burn down the pub that day. I did later.
You're so beautiful. I'm so happy you're back. You don't want to eat me, do you?
Not right now.
No, I mean like really eat me.
Not when my parents around.
Okay.
For me, the movie's kind of almost like a metaphor for a breakup. You know, that the feeling when you break up with someone and it's really traumatic and then you get back together with them too soon.
That was a successful on-screen reunion, don't you think?
I know. I
awesome.
have been waiting for years to see you again.
What happened?
You look great.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. High five.
We're
Enjoy the
killing it.
picture. All right, so we're BFFs now. So Shenae, we'll go to LA. We'll do some hiking. That's what LAers do, right? So there you go. Perfect.
Find Aubrey somewhere.
Perfect.
Oh, so
Thanks, Liam.
I just don't understand where the time has gone. Thank you so much, Liam, for that. We're here. We're Friday.
I know.
Our time has ended. What are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna go home and be with my kid for his first day of school.
That's exciting.
That is very
That is
exciting. A little bit of
exciting.
chaos and some excitement.
Yeah.
Totally.
Exactly. And Shenae?
I will be going back to LA, blogging away, and getting that store, rolling. So twohalfstore.com, everybody.
There you go.
TwoHalfStore.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
On
Thank
Monday,
you.
our Labor Day edition, we've got Daniel Radcliffe and we have Jane Lynch. Join us on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Have a great long weekend,
Yeah.
everyone. We'll see you
Seriously.
on Monday.